Hey air signs, back to do another reading in honor of Libra season beginning today. I am going to do y'all first. Alright, using this deck by yours truly to get the overall energy for my earth signs. Ready? Let's go. Spirit, what does... Ooh, past trauma. Possibly from childhood or early adulthood. Some of y'all are struggling with some past trauma. We got deep already. Lord, have mercy. Air signs. Anything else for my the card is alignment. Some of y'all, whoever this is resonating for, your past trauma either is putting you in alignment, if that makes sense. Like what happened to you in the past has put you in alignment with whatever your purpose is. Does that make sense? For example, I'm talking to y'all because of my past trauma. If I could help somebody get through what I went through in the past, in my journey and the things I've learned, and if I can sit there, is each one teach one, and I can teach somebody or encourage somebody because I've been there before, overcame it my way, that was fit for my journey. It's basically that Bible verse, Romans 8:28. All things work together for your good. And I always like that, good or bad and indifferent. It all works together for you to push you into your purpose. Make sense? All right, Spirit, clarify. Oh, clarify past trauma for my air signs. What is this? Yes, past trauma. Got y'all in 8 of Swords. Some of y'all don't even realize that you are... some of y'all feel as though you have gotten over it. And the divine is saying, no, you didn't. You still carry that pain, that hurt, that trauma within you, and how you interact with people and how you go into certain situations. You're triggered in certain ways, or it stops you from moving forward. Some of y'all have to take a look at that and figure out. Some of y'all need to figure out what your trauma is. So, for some of y'all thought the reason why you are the way you are was one thing, but it may be something else. It might be more subtle. It's not one of the biggies. It's not one of the big ones that you think. It might. Divine saying you're going to have to dig a little deeper because it's trapping you. It's holding you back from your purpose with that 8 of Swords. You know your lives, I don't. But that trauma could be anything. Anything. And I'm not even going to speak on what it could be. You know your lives. But it could have been a big one, and a big trauma that you really are fully aware, like, yeah, that's stopping me. But there's little traumas. And what I mean by little traumas is seeking validation. Some of y'all might have a habit of seeking validation outside of yourselves instead of validating yourself. Yeah, I mean, it's not little, but that's just an example. And that's past trauma because no one ever validated you when you were a child. That's just an example. It could be a whole host of other things. You can't see yourself because you're constantly looking for the validation outside of yourself, which holds up you getting in alignment with where you're trying to go or what you're trying to manifest. Does that make sense? Okay. It's kind of like the thought that ran away from my head. But that's for some of y'all. Anything else? Six of Cups. Whatever this trauma is, you've been carrying it for quite some time. But like I said, with the Magician at the bottom of the deck, some of y'all are going to have to use all the resources you got to figure out how to get past this trauma or transmute the energy of that trauma, or to, I don't know, you guys, air signs. What's going on? Also, for some of y'all are unconsciously walking in a trauma. You may have a bad habit of holding on too tight to people, places, and things, or having a bad habit of abandoning people or cussing people out and thinking that's love. Some people unknowingly are traumatized with certain events. You know how some people have a toxic way of loving? If that's all you grew up with, but then you end up running into somebody who was loved in a different way or has now grown out of their own past trauma and understands that love is kind, it's pure, it's authentic. And when you run up against those people, you're not understanding why they're not receiving your love. And you're like, well, beloved, that's not love. You cussing me out and calling me a dirty son of a bitch. I can't function like that. And some of y'all might be looking at them, well, why not? My mom used to cuss me out. My dad used to cuss me out. I used to fight with my siblings all the time, but they know we love each other. So that's another example for past trauma. But it's got you stuck. You can't move forward in a relationship. Some of y'all are in a stance, either with yourself or with another person or a situation, because of this past trauma. You might be scared to leave somebody because someone left you when you were a child, or someone, your first boyfriend or girlfriend left you. So now you don't want to hurt somebody. So you instead put yourself in this mental imprisonment. Oh, air signs. Lord, I only got 4 cards out. King of Swords in reverse. Child, I'm telling you, it's holding you up. King of Swords is in reverse and the Emperor is in reverse. This could be a male air sign. This is in regards to who's doing this. Who has fire in his chart. Aries in his chart. It's possible. Especially if you're cross-watching. If you're not cross-watching, this could be just you or someone in your vicinity. Like, what did I just say? You got a hard time cutting somebody off or removing yourself from a situation. King of Swords in the reverse. Because the King of Swords upright, he done thought about it long and hard, and he just decided to choose himself, or decided it's a final decision. That y'all in reverse. Y'all don't know which way to go or move. Because y'all stuck in some type of trauma. You're like running in a loop for some of y'all. I don't know who that's for, honey. So that's the first group of air signs. I feel like I need to do another one for y'all. So we fit to do that real quick. Hold on. My second group of air signs, because I feel like that first reading is something different. But if it resonates, okay, maybe it's not. Toxic, loud or subtle, still toxic. This is a different group though. So I'm going to go with it. Where do we go from here? Someone's asking you that, or you're asking someone else. Some of y'all, are figuring out your toxicity. This might go hand in hand with the other reading that I had to stop because I ain't feel like that was all the air signs, but it's clearly going to be somebody. And then where do we go from here? Oh, okay. Some of y'all are recognizing that where you are and what you're doing is toxic, or the situation you're in is toxic. And now that you realize that, and you've removed yourself from that situation, you don't know where to go from there. That's for some of y'all. Or you're asking the universe, or you're asking the divine, where do you go from here? That's for some of y'all. So I'm going to do individual signs. I'm winging it. Libra. What does Libra need to know most right now? I feel like I got to go in a different direction for y'all. So if somebody watch one of the other signs and it's just the air signs, the way it's flowing, they need something else. All right, so Libra, you need to focus on your intuition, or your intuition is being called into question. You need to use your intuition for something, or your intuition is opening up. You're beginning to see certain things around you that you need to see, or you're beginning to see yourself, or the divine is showing you something, or asking you to use your discernment and your intuition. All right, clarify one card from a Libra, please, because we're not going to be forever. We're still going to bust this out in 15 minutes for my air signs. Into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. So my Libras are going to have to figure out where they're going in life. All you're going to have is God and yourself going into this unknown territory. Some of y'all have to look at a situation a little deeper. Look at where you are a little deeper. It's a new way forward with this rainbow card for you. Sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. That's what it says. Your intuition, or your third eye, is being opened for some of y'all. Your crown chakra is being activated. Your soul wants to go somewhere else. And the divine is saying, trust your instincts. You're on the right path. That's where you want to go. That's where you need to be. Dig a little deeper as to why the divine is guiding you where he's guiding you. He or she is guiding you. Okay. That's for my Libras. Aquarius. Come to the front, my beloved. Come to the front. Ooh. I don't feel behind the thing. I can't. Truth. Aquarius, you either got to remove the mask. Oh, you're acting like everything is okay with this mask. I said immediately my eyes went to the mask for my Aquariuses. Either y'all are finally removing the mask, or you're pretending like everything, or you're showing up in a false way. I know I didn't say that right, but you're not showing up your authentic way, or some of y'all are showing up, or finally deciding to take off the mask, expressing how you feel, expressing what you need. Some of y'all are speaking up. Some of y'all are starting to stand on your truth. For my Aquariuses, I'm trying to clarify. I got cards everywhere. Clarify for my Aquarius what this is. Come on, because I got to go do that other sign. Gemini. Desire. Y'all got to be... Some of y'all have to sit there and start revealing to others what your desires are. I mean, that's what I said. I can't make this shit up. But you secretly desire. what you yearn for, what you need. Some of y'all have kept your mouths shut to please others, but it ain't working for you no more. Divine is saying you will work out better allowing this mask to fall off and standing your true and authentic self. Makes sense? I'm at 15 minutes. So now I'm going to move on to Gemini. Let me get one more card for Aquarius, though. Y'all gonna be my longest read, but this is in honor of and good juju. You're gonna get more good juju. You're gonna get better results by standing on your truth, by speaking up, by removing your mask. All right. That's for my Aquarius sisters. Where we at? Gemini. Gemini. Sacred wisdom for my Gemini people. Y'all got to tap in. There's some wisdom, truth, or whatever going on within y'all that y'all need to tap into. Y'all are searching for an answer for something, and the divine is saying it's already innately in you. The answers are within you. Some of y'all got to get quiet and quiet your minds. I know that might be asking for a lot, Gemini, but that's what y'all got to do. Unconditional love. Somebody, either you or somebody you know, needs unconditional love right now. They need a little bit, you need to accept who they are, or someone needs to accept you for who you are. Or you're beginning to understand what unconditional love is. This is for my Geminis. I'm doing something different with y'all. I am not doing this with all the other signs, but I wasn't feeling how y'all reading was starting. So I said, let me do something individual. So, because what I pulled for those first two, that's not for everybody, and I know it's not. Keep the big vision. Stay in alignment as you grow. That's clarifying that. Psychic abilities. Acting on visions. It's destined. I'm telling y'all with that sacred wisdom. Y'all, someone needs you right now. Needs your love. Needs your understanding right now, Gemini. Needs your compassion right now. It could be a child. It could be a parent. I heard ailing parent for some of y'all. Someone needs your understanding and your love. You don't know how to go about it, and the divine is saying love is the answer for you. You already know how to comfort them. You already know how to help them in this particular situation. It could even be just a friend. They might need a break from their kids. You have the answer. You already know what the answer is. Some of y'all have very good psychic abilities, and you need to tap in. You're not using them. That's for some of my Geminis. Okay, that's it for y'all. Okay, I'm going to get some final messages for all of my air signs, regardless of what story resonated for you. And then I'm moving on with my life. Going on to the next sign. All right, final messages for my air signs. Compassion. Wherever you fall, it's compassion. Whether you are the second group, the first group, past trauma, alignment, all of y'all need some compassion. You either need to give compassion, receive compassion, or give it to somebody else, or give it to yourself. Some of y'all have to have compassion with yourselves. Give yourself a little grace. And some of y'all need to have compassion for somebody else. Who? I don't know. Maybe this possible Emperor and Knight, King of Swords that came in reverse. So maybe it's for somebody from your past. Maybe it's for somebody right now. Maybe it's for a child of yours that you have currently. You need compassion. Some of y'all, especially with this first group with the past trauma, some of y'all didn't receive compassion and love and understanding when you were younger. And now the divine is asking you to show that compassion to yourself. Reparent yourself. And some of y'all need to show that compassion onto your children that you do have, so they don't end up in the same situation. Does that make sense? Anything else? Y'all gonna be 20 minutes. Nope, I'm not doing this. There's a sacred plan for wherever you fall, whether it's the first reading or the individuals, the little snippets. There is a sacred plan for y'all. I'm Abundant Empress Tarot. I'm done with y'all. It's 21 minutes. If this reading resonated, let me know in the comments. If you like this way I did it, this was like spur of the moment, let me know down in the comments. Like the video, subscribe. Until next time, bye y'all.